Drinking water. Everybody does it, but is it racist? The answer may shock you. This is Pregame Discharge, the most politically conscious video game news show to ever exist. I'm LYLE MCDOUCHEBAG with Destructoid, and I'm lying to you. I'm lying to you. Just like any political show, I'm lying to you. What if the Mario, but political? What if the Tetris, but political? Sonic Mania is out on Steam and it has dumb DRM and everybody's mad. If you want to play the 2D side-scrolling Sonic game, hope your computer is connected to the internet, because if it's not, then how are you watching this show? Meanwhile, in shit I know nothing about land, the webcomic Homestuck is getting a point-and-click adventure game called Hive Swap on September 14th. This game was apparently crowdfunded way back in the distant year of 2012. So if you missed the olden days of yore when you could argue on the internet about whether or not Homestuck was overrated, rejoice, your time has come again. Side note, that is literally the only thing I know about Homestuck, is that people used to argue about whether or not it's overrated. Super secret news, leak news, I'm leaking, help! The Target website briefly listed a video game simply called Bethesda Game of Thrones. A Target spokesperson told Forbes, "This is not a real product. We're sorry for any confusion." Whoa! What news? For more of the loudest video game news on the internet, remember to subscribe. If you forget to subscribe, they will sub-fire me and then I will sub-die. Hey, does anyone remember Gungrave? If your answer was kinda, then this is the story that's kinda for you. Everyone's third favorite Devil May Cry ripoff from the PS2 age is coming to PS4 in a VR title sometime this year. The game is not described as a sequel, but instead as an optimized version of the original from 2002. Also, to continue the theme of this sounding less and less appealing with every bit of additional information, upon opening the box, a large dollop of spiders will reportedly crawl out and immediately get lost somewhere in your house. Human Head Studios is working on a new game called Rune Ragnarok. Not much is known about it. It has one of those obligatory pre-rendered show-nothing announcement trailers, but apparently it's an open-world action RPG revolving around Norse mythology. It's also apparently the sequel to a game from the year 2000 just called Rune. But is it really? Like, do you really think it's gonna look anything like this, or do you think this is just legally the reason they can name the game Rune? Harmonix is making a Nintendo Switch game called Super Beat Sports. It's a weird rhythm sports game that reportedly does not use a silly plastic guitar, and thus will probably not be quite as fun at parties. As anybody with a functioning brain and even a remote sense of cynicism could have told you years ago, Half-Life is dead. But this week we got a particularly interesting nail in the coffin that is at this point more nail than coffin. Half-Life's former lead writer Mark Laidlaw posted a narrative outline on his website titled Epistle 3. For legal reasons, said outline stars a mute crowbar-wielding scientist named Gertrude Fremont. But rest assured, it is exactly what it sounds like it is. So if you want to know what was going to happen in Half-Life 2 Episode 3, well, that's too bad. Nudge nudge, wink wink, don't read into this wrong, I'm not into you like that. But I'll tell you what I am into. Outroing video game news shows. I'm LYLE MCDOUCHEBAG, this has been Pregame Discharge. Tune in next week to see how much blood I lose when I attempt to suture a wound with nothing but a Sega Genesis controller. You heard that right, it's going to be the world's first video game-based survival show like Man vs. Wild. I'm gonna drink so much pee. See you next time.